Aloha Hawaii Libra spiritual team. This is Hawaii Libra, and this is your celebrity weekly reading based on Trevor Noah's Zodiac sign. I'm so excited. Just remember that this is for entertainment purposes only, and this is for 18 years and up. Okay? See the description below for any personalized readings. Okay, so Trevor Noah was born on February 20th, 1984. And I know two special people in my life that has the same birthday. Okay, he was born in Soweto, South Africa. Okay, so his sun is in Pisces, his moon is in Libra. That tells us his emotions and politics, it strives for justice and fairness, etc. And he's also a beautiful person and intelligent as well. His Chinese astrology is a wood rat. This information is from a website that I will put in the box. I'll put the information where I got all of these things into the description below. Okay, so I got this information from a website. His comic relief satire about the chaos in Hawaii and Aloha shirts was epic. Okay, I love Trevor Noah. His book Born a Crime, I read his book. I could relate to some of the things that he was talking about. So in Hawaii, Kanaka Maoli Oiwi, those that are woke consciously, politically, we we look up to like people like Nelson Mandela, yeah. And Trevor talks a lot about Nelson Mandela, and he is very consciously woke, as a man that was born in Africa where it was a crime to have to mix a mixed race marriage, yeah. He can relate to some of the oppression, yeah, that Naka Maoli Oiwi face in Hawaii. But anyways, his comic relief about the chaos in Hawaii when we had the false threat. He talks about that and about everybody wearing a aloha shirt. So anyways, apartheid. Yeah, apartheid was illegal for a black woman or a black man to be with a white woman, or like white man. So he was mixed. His dad is from Switzerland, and his mom is from South Africa. He addresses a lot of race and contrasts a lot of race issues in America and and in other parts of the world, and compares it to his own life. So Trevor Noah, he has like these epic and funny, very witty shows, and one of them was about Nelson Mandela's birthday party. I'll put that in the link. And also he writes a script about Obama meeting Nelson Mandela for the first time, and how that scenario could play out in a comic relief script. It's so funny. Anyways, he also, I think Trevor Noah, he started his comedian career when he was in South Africa, because I know in 2009 I think he had a show there. He was I think he might have been a DJ or he worked different kinds of jobs there. But we gotta admit, Trevor Noah is really handsome, easy on the eyes, real genius, so super smart, articulate, etc. He can speak more than one language. He speaks 8 languages fluently. Although one of the articles said that living in the U.S., he kind of is rusty in some of his dialects, but he grew up speaking 8 languages. English being just one of them, but Afrikaans, Southern, Sotho, Zulu, Xhosa, Sangha, German, Suana. So different kinds of African dialects he can speak, including Germany. He hosted the Grammys, I think not once, yeah. Was it twice that he hosted the Grammys? And he does a rocking job. He does a fantastic job. He's one of the best hosts, I think. I mean, just hands down, totally articulate, super genius, super funny. Okay, he was discovered, yeah, I think in South Africa, and then was asked to do the late night daily show. And I think now he has a podcast or created his own show, I think. And I think he's up there, yeah, as the millionaires. He knows what it's like to live in a country that is extremely divided. And that's what I like about him, his politics, his wit. He's super attractive. I like that he can share his story. He's evolved in his career, so he keeps on stepping up all the time. Okay, so let's look at Trevor Noah's reading. Okay, so we know he's a Pisces. He's born in February. His sun is in Pisces. His moon is in Libra. I'm not sure about his other natal charts or planets, but yeah, he is a Pisces. And you gotta admit, Trevor Noah is hot, too hot. Vela law. So let's look at this Pisces man. Very loving heart. Okay, emotions is in Libra, that's why. Yeah, very loving heart. Love women. Love his mother. Strong mother, looks up to his mom. Looks up to strong women. Okay, and 2, kind of likes to have a private life with his personal and love life. Doesn't want to interfere with that, mix it with his career, I think. I would love to date Trevor Noah. I would love to date him, but anyways, I'm not on that status right now. Okay, and then we have the Jack of Clubs, and it says Prince Edward Kelia Honui. Okay, so hardworking. The 2 of Spades right here, to like private life. He wishes that people could respect that, because the norm is you find somebody, you live with them, right? He likes that separation. I think he mentions that a couple of times. He wants that time to be separated, his love life to be separate. But he grew up with trauma as well in South Africa. If you read his book, it talks about the poverty that he lived, the colonialism that he lived in a community that had their own churches as well, and being that he was half black, half white, during that time, it was a struggle. So that love department is, kind of on hold for him, and also private for him, as well. So we're not gonna get too much into his love life, but I gotta say he has, he checks the list for indigenous women of what they want in a guy. I hope Trevor is listening to this and watching this. Yeah, he, there's a check mark, there's a checklist, and he hits all of them. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's start with this one. Okay, the hangman. Okay, so he takes a lot of rest. He goes into these new things and is into self-discovery. And I think that's what my guides also want to tell us, that taking risks and going into something new and shifting it, that's part of life, that's part of growth. Okay, judgment, so much, yeah. When you're a comedian and you do sarcasm or satire kind of comic relief scripts, you get kind of judged for it. Yeah, like you gotta stay away from Jewish jokes because that's sensitive culturally. That can be sensitive. You gotta stay away from race jokes, unless, yeah. So some things are to people, to the audience, is acceptable. Like if you putting down your own race, some people think that that's okay. Yeah. So it's hard. It's a struggle. It was a struggle for him, because you gotta go with your audience. Yeah. You gotta be in tune with your audience. And in the world, he wasn't afraid to go out into the world, after living in that struggle, living under, being born a crime. He's not afraid to step out into the world and be himself. And sometimes he found that being himself, he was being judged. Yeah, with certain jokes and stuff. But you gotta admit, he is witty, he is funny, he's clever. He had to craft his skill so that, he could go around some of those edgy kinds of comic scripts. Yeah. And just clever, just super genius. The Magician. So there's times when we have writer's block. We gotta go within. And then here is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess reverse. Yeah, sometimes we gotta go within. Sometimes we have writer's block, and I think he went through that. And the Magician. The magic, we got to get back to our grounding and get back to the magic. So sometimes there's speed bumps here. There's speed bumps, yeah. And he's discovered those speed bumps, but he's still super successful. And then let's see, right here, we have the Six of Swords reverse. So he doesn't just like sit down and worry. He just does. He's just active. He's an active person. He doesn't stay mope around and be depressed. He gets up in the morning and say, no, this is what I'm going to do. And in one of his shows on YouTube, he talks about, I want to go to America because I want to be black there. The you guys gotta watch that one. But anyways, he doesn't sit down, mope around. Oh, I've been oppressed, blah blah blah. And which is, we do have to remind people of our trauma, remind ourselves of our trauma, because so that we can see how far we've come, and also because there's still people in power that place that trauma on us as well. We gotta keep those people in power accountable. But what I'm saying is that he changes his attitude, and moves on with his day. The Hierophant, he had to go within, like he had to separate himself, so that he could meditate and come up with good scripts and write, etc. Writing a book was one of his projects too, one of his successful projects. Everybody has read his book that I know of. King of Swords. He stands within his power. He owns up to what he's been through and what he's done. If he makes a mistake, he owns up to it. This one is Pentacles. Yes, he's I believe he's very generous. I didn't go into how many charities he supports, but he's very generous. He sticks up for others that are put down and are oppressed or have been shunned. Like the Little Mermaid, how everybody was saying about the Little Mermaid wasn't of color. Hello, the first mermaids or the first creatures of Lemuria, we all know that they weren't even totally human, and in indigenous cultures, we have the mo'o, we have those water spirits or those water deities, right, that protect the water. So like people of color also have stories about the Vahine I'a. Okay. I think we went over the Garbage Pail Kids one. Okay, let's go through the animal spirit. So sacred boundaries. Yeah. So I feel like people have crossed their boundaries with him. you know, and that's where we gotta set our boundaries. Yeah, we gotta set our boundaries so that I think he's waited until he's been successful to really mark those boundaries. Like, hey, you know, leave me alone about my personal life and da 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 da, you know, that kind of stuff. And then transformation. So there's barriers when we're going through transformation, shift, and changes. Yeah, so I think that was one of the hardest things, was him transforming. Yeah, transforming into his career. And that's where the Libra, the balancing, comes from. Yeah, victory. He may not feel like he's done enough. Like, he has to feel like he gotta do more, and that's because he's super genius. He's I believe he's probably very conscious about you know, like cleanliness. He has a routine, stuff like that. We all have certain routines and feel like we're not good enough. We haven't reached that victory. Right here is inner conflict, and that comes from our traumas from our childhood, traumas that we've been going through, you know. And that's where we got to do a deep reflection inside of us. And I think Trevor went through these things, these episodes. Opportunity. So sometimes we feel like the opportunity has been blocked, but I think Trevor always had to fight for these opportunities. He had to really show up. He had to convince, persuade, develop, carve his craft, you know, work on his craft. And I think he might have saw like, wow, there was very little opportunities for me, not in the aspect of growing, because he had to fight, I think, in South Africa for these opportunities. And when he came to America, I think he saw those. I think he grabbed whatever opportunities he had, you know. But I think sometimes he felt like there were blocked opportunities. And we just gotta change our mindset. Yeah, we gotta change to positive mindset. And it's easy for me to say because I'm not up there in the stars, right? 8 of Swords. I am the star. No, just joking. Okay, interference. 8 of Swords. So maybe like clearing the way, grounding, not creating interference for ourselves. Yeah. And then here is 7 of Pentacles. You know, picking up jobs that paid very little and working from there. I think that's what feeling like a failure, but coming up on top with this celebration, this 3 of Cups. Feeling like a failure, but coming up on top with this 3 of Cups, a celebration. Celebrating for everything that you've accomplished. And I think that's what Trevor has done. He may be like what is that called? A perfectionist. Yes, that's what he is. A perfectionist in his craft. Yeah, his skills. And maybe in some other departments as well. Okay, and then Princess of Pentacles, so reverse. We have had conflicts in past relationships and, you know, just wasn't compatibility. Queen of Wands. Yeah, he looks up to strong women. And that's what he needs. He needs a strong woman, not subservient. He doesn't like subservient women. He likes these strong type women. Yeah, that's what he likes. And I feel like some of the ex-girlfriends he had was only there for optics. I mean, for fun and pleasure too, but they might have been just there for optics. But yeah, Queen of Wands. And I hope he can develop into his true self. I mean, I think he's tried. I believe that Trevor Noah is very fluid. Yeah, he holds both feminine and honors the feminine side and honors his masculinity as well. And I think he needs a strong woman, because too much of this subservience kind of women, it doesn't work for him. Yeah. Right here, so fake accounts. I think insecurity. People are just as insecure as you are. Even celebrities are insecure. Even celebrities are insecure. And he's tried to be real in his career. I think as real as possibly as he could. Yeah, but I think he holds some insecurity, and that's from trauma. And you would never believe that stars are insecure. Yeah. Prince, musician, purple, signs, when doves cry, die for you, cherry moon, diamonds and pearls. I'm not sure. I feel like he compares himself to other celebrities that can sing and dance. And he's like, oh, there should be, like when he was talking about the Grammys, you know, when we're dancing on the dance floor and Usher comes up, there should be separate. I remember he's saying that there should be separate dance floors. And if you're watching this, or Trevor fans, if you're watching this, you know, you are perfect the way you are. I just want to tell you that. Hot as hell. You are hot as hell. Yeah. Deals with the devil, contracts, money, love. I think he's very careful about his contracts, and that's what the meaning of this is. If you guys have a contract, read really well, get a second opinion from a lawyer. Yeah. And then plans failed, not working out how things were planned. So as a perfectionist, he feels like some of his goals is put on hold. It's not a failure. Maybe to him it is, but it is just put on hold and on pause just for a little while. You know what I mean? So he's already got his foot in the door. He's already got fans and a fan base. I mean, Trevor Noah, if you're watching this, please be grateful that you have a fan base. You have you already have other celebrities that love you, like Beyonce loves you. You already have you already made a mark for yourself. Like I think you know that. As an intelligent person, I think you already know that. You're just a perfectionist. So relax, chill out. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this celebrity reading about Trevor Noah. Mahalo a hui ho.